Hello. My I got static electricity in my hair, and I think if I would go like that, it seems like it would just all stand on end. But anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. I've already done about 3 hours or so today, but I still need to put in at least. I'll probably put in about 4, maybe 5 more hours tonight. Um, I do. I love being on my new step. It's almost funny how uh, when I tell people how much I exercise, they have a hard time believing it. But if you really like the machine or whatever you're using, and if you're a walker and love to walk, you're going to continue to walk, whether that person thinks that's too much or that person says, well, it's not enough. But you have to do what you can do, and don't become discouraged if everybody gives you a reason why you shouldn't be exercising. Like in my case, I exercise such long hours. I always tell my husband, I said, too bad I don't get paid by the hour when I do this, because I'd probably, at this day and time, I could probably make more money now than I ever did when I was working as a nurse. But anyway, I've dropped a couple more pounds. See, I weighed on the second, because what I do, I try to weigh myself monthly, and try not to go above that, because everybody's weight can fluctuate. So I'm down to 152. Still haven't broke that 150 mark, but I did have a little health issue that I had to go to Boone Hospital Clinic, um, and see a doctor, and it's something that's very fixable, but um, I just didn't want to ignore it. I'll put it that way. But anyway, I'm doing quite well. I still drink way too much coffee, and I still wish that I didn't think about coffee all the time. And I don't know how that is ever going to stop. But I didn't think I'd ever quit thinking about eating candy all day long, and that helped, or that stopped. But anyway, if any of you really are interested in investigating about new staff, hold on a minute, please. I would suggest that give them a call. Because if you pull up their website, you can also get uh, a phone number, and you should give them a call, because if you really want to exercise, but you just feel like you can't get out and walk, and you feel like I want something that'll enthuse me, something that I can't wait to get on it, that machine or whatever you would want to call it. I call it my bike, even though it's not a bike. It's a new step, because it has different action than a bike. But you ought to check in on it, because I begged for one for 3 years before I actually got it. I think my husband only got it for me because he was getting tired of me begging for it. Because I would always say I'd much rather have a new step than a car, and which I would, because I really and truly don't like driving around that much. We have two cars, but I mainly let him drive mine. I will drive once in a while if I have to go to the doctor or something, when he's doing something else, like writing his book. uh, I'll go to the doctor on my own. But my preference is for him to drive, me just be the passenger. Um, but anyway, I got to tell you something. I did order me a um, book on how to make keto breads. Where they're not loaded with carbs, and because I mean, I try to use the lower calorie stuff, but and if any of you have tried the lower calorie stuff, and especially the wheat, oh my gosh, it's like sucking on cardboard. And I mean, it can ruin a good piece of deli meat, even. It's so nasty. So, I mean, I did end up buying a couple loaves of white bread that are a little bit lower than some breads, but I feel so guilty after I've had, a couple of pieces of that because that's usually adds up to about 80 calories. If I have two, it's 80 calories a slice plus 17 carbs. So, I mean, that is pretty much is going to prevent me to keep doing that, even though as much as I exercise, it's probably not going to hurt me because I could probably take in a lot more calories since I'm burning so many. Because a lot of times I burn more calories than I've actually taken in. Um, and I like burning over 1,000 a day, but that doesn't mean I always get to that point because sometimes I start slowing my pumping mechanism down just because um, I get sore. Uh, I get off, and I if I have to go to the restroom or anything like that, or get another cup of coffee, then I do give myself maybe 15 minute breaks, in between my next segment. Now I did get off this early afternoon and went to lay down and take a nap because I like exercising at night. And sometimes I don't even go to bed until about 12. And when I do go to bed, I am really tired. And so that part I honestly do kind of like is uh, working out at night. But everything's going well. We went with my granddaughter to her little grandparents' school function, and I did have an Andy's uh, uh, frozen custard, which I love those. I could have eaten 10 of them, but I got one. And my biggest problem is that when I do stuff like that, even though I know it's not going to hurt me, I browbeat myself horribly, for succumbing to having something like that. But that's it hasn't hurt me or anything like that. I mean, because I make allowances, for that. Now this morning my blood sugar was 99, and I told my husband, I said, well, I haven't, anything I do consume that is usually sweet, I use artificial sweetener. Or like if I have my coffee, I don't always use half and half. I sometimes will use the Aldi's hazelnut creamer. I sent my daughter-in-law, Nikki, I sent her a bottle of the Aldi's sugar-free vanilla, and that's only because I've got two of them, and I don't think I'll get them, get them used before they expire because they expire like in December. And I go through the hazelnut fairly quickly, but anyway, I'm going to keep doing these even if nobody watches. But you know, make sure you try to get moving today, even if it's just a small amount. Now, I can't be outdoors when it's this hot. I could never get out there and walk. I keep thinking I want to join something where I can actually walk indoors, but you know, I guess I'm doing enough by living, work shift on my bike or on my new step. But anyway, I'm going to get off, and hopefully I'll get some people that'll like it, this video, and want to watch. If not, that's fine. I guess I'll just entertain myself and watch them ever so often, because that it encourages me to when I see that I'm keeping track, and I'm being held accountable. Or, I'm held accountable to myself. But if I have to tell people, well, I did this or I did that, that kind of embarrasses me. So I don't really like, venturing way off of my eating program. But anyway, I hope you have a nice weekend, and it's going to be a hot one. So try to stay cool and try to get some type of exercise to make you feel good. And this will do it. So I'm ending our live video. Goodbye.